What's going on, guys? My name is Nate.
And I'm Haley.
Today we have Haley. This is my fiance.
The infamous.
Basically my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Been together 11 years.
And you've probably talked shit about the last few times.
I don't talk shit about you that much.
No, but you probably made fun of me when I lost my AirPods.
I did. I definitely did bring that up because you lost them in the garbage. You threw them away and
on accident. They were on the tray.
Kind of a big fuck up. And
I was really mad.
I was super pissed at you.
I told you to get in the fucking car.
I know. I was really mad.
I said, "You're gonna help me, or you're gonna get in the fucking car?" Because
I'm the only person that she actually gets really angry with.
Mm-hmm.
So
and my mom.
She doesn't really get angry with too many people.
No.
But with me, she shows her real angry side with me. She gets really mad at me sometimes.
I try not to.
She's been asking me about the podcast for a while because everybody's in quarantine because of the coronavirus. So nobody wants to come over and do the podcast.
No.
Kelly.
Yeah, specifically Kelly Joe.
Yeah, specifically Kelly Joe.
You need to do like a remote one where you have them on the phone.
Yeah, well, I can call her, but it's just kind of hard to do it remote. She probably doesn't have the proper equipment.
Well, she just got to be on the phone, doesn't she?
Yeah, but that just doesn't sound all that great,
No.
you know, when you're just on the phone.
It's not that bad. You sound like a radio host. All right, caller number 9. Yeah. And then it's like, hello?
So I figured we would just have it with her, and then I'm just going to keep on doing it with her. So
you're going to do multiple ones?
Yeah, I'll do more than one. We're going to do more than one.
All right. Well, I know you wanted to talk about California coming back.
Well, that's because my take on California is different because I only drove like 5 hours.
Well, and what you remember.
So it was.
I have a bad memory, so you have more of a story than I do.
Yeah, but there was like 54 hours total. I only drove like 5 of those hours.
Yeah, I drove a lot.
You drove like 49 hours.
I drove until we got to Utah, and I ran that red arrow.
You ran the red arrow. Do you remember? I think we were in Nebraska, but it was like ice all over the road. I think you were driving.
Yeah, they closed down the highway.
I think you were driving then too. I wasn't driving.
Well, you were driving when
Corona.
Yeah. So we went through Utah, and then you had to drive because we.
Well,
I had a suspended license for my accident.
She ran
Wisconsin.
It was an orange arrow.
No, it was red, and
It was pure red.
Yeah, I wasn't used to the arrows.
See,
I was only 18, and then.
My take on it was that I thought it was orange and then turned red.
No. So then we pulled over in the gas station, and you drove. We got pulled over for that fun hour, and then you drove to somewhere in Wyoming because it was in the middle of the night, and I woke up, and you were on the side of the road because we only had one headlight. And you were like, I woke up, and you were like, I can't fucking see what I'm doing. These semis are flying past me like a million miles an hour, and you were doing like 15 miles an hour on the side of the highway. And that it was probably 11 or midnight, 11 p.m. or midnight. And we got plowed into town, and there was a Denny's or like a gas station connected to a Denny's, remember? And we went in.
I remember.
It was like 1 a.m.
Well, I remember, and the food was nasty.
Yeah, it was really gross, and we ate in the car because we didn't want to spend money on a hotel room. So we slept in the car.
I thought it was full.
You know, and it might have been.
I thought the hotel was full.
And it was funny because on the way back from Florida, we slept in the fucking car as well.
We slept in a Walmart that was close. We slept in a Walmart parking lot. And
thank you, Walmart, for providing our.
We slept in a Walmart parking lot, and Walmart parking lot.
Yeah, and so that's when I woke up. So that's like the only time
because you needed a few. I remember you saying, "Well, I need a few hours of sleep."
Back from Florida or
back from Florida, you said I need a few hours of sleep
because I drove from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. the next day, and I was already awake the day before.
I know.
I was like, I need to like sleep for an hour.
Rough. We've had rough trips. A lot of our trips are just crazy.
Well, then I drove back from after that gas station when we slept for a couple hours. I drove back because I remember I drove through Nebraska and I drove through Iowa, and you told me to slow down because the roads were icy and it was really like hilly through Iowa. And I remember hitting Wisconsin, and I just fucking
Yeah, but then
gunned it.
But then I started driving because we got pulled over in Broadhead.
Yeah, I remember going through Hazel Green.
Yeah, we got pulled over in Broadhead, and he was kind of an asshole.
Thank God, because I didn't have my license.
Yeah, but she drove most of the way, 49 hours.
You started driving though too. You drove to Henderson.
No, I drove to Bakersfield. Baker.
You always call it Bakersfield.
It was Bakersfield,
Baker,
wasn't
California. No, it's Baker. I don't know. Tiny town, 5 people.
It was creepy because it was like 2 a.m, but people were like cruising around.
Well, it's because I got in that accident, rear-ended someone, and then it.
Yeah, she got into an accident and rear-ended because she was busy trying to play with her radio.
Yeah, I was smoking a cigarette. We're going uphill.
She was in high school, right? You were in high school still?
I remember because I was looking down. I was going to pick up my cousin Alex to go to Craig, and I was going through Racine up center, up the hill, and I remember
you called
changing the radio and flicking my cigarette, and then I looked and there was brake lights, so I slammed on my brakes, but my brakes weren't good, and I rear-ended her, and my car got completely fucked up. But her car had a black mark on the bumper and like a torn tire case, whatever those things are called.
Oh, the tire thing on the back of the car.
And her tailpipe broke my headlight, my like $200 headlight. And I remember the first thing was, get rid of the fucking cigarette. And I threw it out the window.
all the things.
And then the paramedics go, oh, were you wearing your seatbelt? And I was like, no. Yeah, so I got a $10 seatbelt ticket.
Yeah, but on
top of my $6,000 driving while suspended and causing an injury ticket.
And I remember you called. I was sleeping.
I called my mom first, and she goes, oh my God, I can hear the ambulances. Oh my God, I'm on my way. And I was like, Mom, I'm fine. Calm down. And then I called you. I'm
trying to think. I can't.
You said you were cruising down your road.
Well, I was in
your Sundance.
I had the Sundance. I don't know if I think they were fixed at the time.
Were they?
Yeah.
I just remember your Sundance with no shocks.
Yeah. My Sundance with no socks.
No socks.
no shocks. Struts.
No
Struts.
socks. And then you got red socks because they were red.
No, I think it was. I think it was struts. Right. I think maybe it was. I can't remember.
It was just your back end.
But either way, it bounced every time you drove down the road.
And you got to fix it. I was like, why? This is fun. Who cares?
It wasn't fun because when I wasn't with you and I was single. I mean, look, the Sundance itself.
And you were single, and you're like, hey, ladies.
The Sundance itself, the flat gray, the Sundance itself was not. But when I was single, and you try to pull up next to women or girls, and they're like, dude, you're not like we saw you driving.
Yeah, they're not called women, they're called girls.
We saw you driving on the road back there, and you were bouncing like a motherfucker. Like you were fucking bouncing.
Well, you can jam onto some of the songs.
We're not into you.
Yeah.
But
anyways, that trip back was fun. Remember Nana? She's like, we were so mad when we got back. She's like, it's all gonna be a story that you'll laugh at later.
I know.
And it's so true.
And I remember laughing at it, but
not at the time. It was very stressful.
Well, it was super. So what sucks is on the way down, I drove the company truck. You drove the Cadillac, and
with the windows down and the heat on because it was overheating.
Right, but on the way
in Arizona,
on the way down, we had problems, and then on the way back, we
had more problems.
And the highway patrol didn't do anything when we broke down in California. They just
they were like, "Oh, do you want me to turn my lights on and I can follow you down to Baker?"
Yeah, but they didn't.
Where there's a gas station.
Right, they wouldn't do anything, and then we got to Henderson, and we were gonna.
Henderson was nice. We were gonna leave that thing.
Yeah.
I remember you were like, Robin Big was on. Like it was a popular thing on TV, and you were like, "Should we ride?
Oh yeah.
Should we stay or should we go?"
And you looked at me, you're like,
I was ready to fucking leave that car.
No, you looked at me, you're like, let's ride.
I was like, let's ride.
And then we did.
Let's make it.
And the funny thing is, after we left Henderson, there wasn't issues. It was like fine.
We had to stop every 2 hours. Yes, we did because it was overheating.
Yeah, but after Henderson, it was a lot better.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it didn't get as bad as it did in Baker, but we left at like 9 p.m. on a Friday night.
I don't know.
And we hit LA traffic like a motherfucker.
It sucks because every time we moved out.
It's a mess.
We moved out to San Diego, and then moving to Florida wasn't. I mean,
bad. Going is never bad. It's coming back because it's always. We went to California on Thanksgiving. I fucking cried because my family sent me a picture on my phone, my flip phone.
Yeah, our flip phone.
And I was like. That's why we have no pictures because we had shit phones.
It's not the comings, it's the going.
It's always the going. And then we left Florida because of Irma.
Yeah, and that sucked because we weren't going to leave. We were going to stay out for the lease and then move to Tennessee, which...
Whatever.
I'm kind of glad... Like I was saying earlier to you, I was telling her earlier that I want to. I kind of just want to move way out, like not just
in the boonies,
not just country, but I'm talking like woods, like out in the woods, in like a house in the woods, and I just want to be like self-sustainable. I just want to be like, I want to have our own garden. I want to hunt my own animals, my own meat, like solar panels.
Reclaimed water.
No, like you don't even have to use toilet paper. You literally could just have a tushy or a bidet, and you don't need toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think this whole coronavirus thing is just like,
it makes you realize what kind of crazy world we're in, and all this shit that these people follow and they believe.
Yeah. It is crazy because the media hyped it, and then it's like we go to the store to go grocery shopping, and yeah, sure, like when I went to the store I was like, well, let's get some stuff because people are panicking. You're okay if it's a little ways away. I got it turned up.
Fine.
But I it's like people are panicking, so you do want to try to get something, but we weren't like overbuying, and it's like the way people were acting, it's like, yeah, I just want to be self-sustainable, so that if there's ever a moment like this, you're like, you don't have to worry because you're not depending on the store for meat, you're not depending on the store for toilet paper and your vegetables,
but not as crazy like McDodge where you're
I'm talking like if you
on foot all the time.
Yeah, but if you remember Mick Dodge, remember he used to go to that house that had a house,
the bathtub outside.
That is what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Not necessarily a bathroom outside, but that type of house, that type of living.
It was like a log cabin. Well, I'm just saying he had like a tub outside.
Right. That kind of living. I don't know. I just want that.
Would be nice, like a few like miles out, just in the like desolate country.
I don't. Maybe like Wyoming. You
always mention Wyoming
because it's not. There's not like a lot.
That's actually that second question on here on this.
So let's do this. She's got some questions.
Yeah, and then digging deeper questions, which I feel like we know a lot about each other already, but
well, who knows? We might fuck everything up.
Well, but, the second question was, do you prefer to live in the city or in the country?
Well, let's
2 weeks ago I would have assumed you to say the country or the city.
Let's do it. Let's get it. I want to do it. Let's do it.
So question 1. Should we just answer it about each other?
You're good. You don't have to, because I turned it up. Sorry, guys.
So I shouldn't be this close.
Yeah, because it might distort it. But but go ahead. Let's do it.
Okay, so question 1 is.
So are you gonna just ask me the question and then we can answer it?
And then we can answer it individually. Yeah.
Okay.
Because at first I was like, well, it'd be fun if we were like, I think you would like this and I think you would like this, but I mean, we can do it about certain things.
This is the kind of shit we do this even if like
on the way back from California, we played a game that was name a food A through Z, and we did this in Florida too.
Yeah.
And I always remember we got to K, and you were like, carrot. With so much confidence, and I was like, carrot like a diamond carrot, but not.
That was Florida. That wasn't California.
No, that was coming back from California. We were in Wisconsin. I remember. But we did enough because I try to keep you occupied because I know your anxiety.
Well, the California I didn't have.
But
anxiety.
We did do games in Florida.
Anxiety I didn't have. California I didn't have anxiety.
No, yeah.
But in Florida I did. Yeah, but we do this shit anyway. We'll just like sit in our living room and whatever. We don't watch a ton of TV,
stuff.
So let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so the first one is, do you prefer to write in black or blue pen?
I like black. But I like the way blue looks. But
I like black.
But I like black.
I'm such a uniform.
You are. She's very
anal.
She's very OCD about where things go, how things look. So yeah, she's like that's black. How she is. I like black.
I feel like you're kind of whatever kind of the
I'm
wind
not
blows.
like if somebody's like, oh, here's a blue pen, I mean,
I'll write with it.
I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. I would totally do it.
I wrote this in black pen.
Of course you did.
And found the black pen.
I know she lost.
I lost it on the couch. Okay, so the second one was, do you prefer to live in the country or the city? I would have thought a month ago you would have said the city all day.
A month ago I'd have been like,
because you like amenities.
Well, and the thing is if you remember right. So we were supposed to move out of Wisconsin, and because I was super depressed, and then I'm like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna stay here. Fuck moving, because it's just a hassle, and there's so much shit involved." And so, if you'd have asked me like maybe before all of this, because I was like, "Oh, maybe we should move closer to Madison."
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I don't want to do, because the way people are is just, it's too much. It's almost too much, and I feel like I want to.
That's why I deleted my Facebook, because I'm over. I've been without Facebook for a month and a half.
I know. I'm surprised. I didn't think you'd go.
February 19th is when I got rid of it.
I didn't think you'd go. I didn't think you'd be able to go
I'm sick of
that
hearing
long.
about other people's lives that aren't in my
Well,
day-to-day, weekly, or even monthly life. Like,
and like what we do, like we never say happy birthday to each other when we even had face because we see each other. So it's like,
I
why?
see you every day. Why am I going to put on Facebook,
Yeah.
happy birthday, babe, oh my God, or happy
Yeah.
11th anniversary,
Right.
like we've been, oh my God, like I'm going to tell you in person. Why am I going to post it somewhere public for other people to read?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm not boasting about my life. Half these people probably don't even know I have a
Yeah.
fucking haircut. Half these people don't even know I'm back in Wisconsin.
Right, I
And
know.
it's been, when we come back? November 2017?
2 or 3 years?
October, 3 years this
3
year.
years.
Also,
I'm smoke free for 3 years.
yeah, I was gonna say, stop reading my mind. You're smoke free.
Smoke free.
Smoke three.
You're what? You're
I
4?
quit
What are you?
June of 2016,
So what are
and
you
you quit January of 2017.
Yeah.
So 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm almost 4 years, and you're 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
Yes, I still count with my fingers. I don't care.
But if I think if it was a month ago, I feel like I still would have said the city. But I think now I feel like I need, like I want to hunt my own animals so that I have respect for what I'm eating too. Like I feel like, I don't know. I think ever since.
Well, I want to grow my own garden.
It's just weird. I think ever since this coronavirus, it's literally changed. It's crazy how something like this, which in my opinion is not as bad as what they say it is,
Well, just change your thought process.
Can completely change the way that I think. Like before I was like, oh, it's fine. Go to the store and buy meat. But now I'm like, I kind of want to take that animal and you have respect for what you're putting in. You're not just, oh, I can go to the store and buy the hamburger. I can go to the store and buy a steak. Like you actually had to go out and hunt it and gut it and skin it and do everything. You just have more, I think, a newfound respect for what you're eating.
Don't put your socks on camera. They're two different colors. Okay, so question 3.
What is it?
If you could learn a new skill, what would it be?
A new skill? I don't know. I feel like I'm always doing new shit all the time. But I would probably say I'd want to learn a different language. I think that would probably be something
That'd
for
be
me.
pretty neat. What language?
Spanish. I've always wanted to know how to speak Spanish. Always.
I want to know how to speak Spanish, but I like the way other languages, like French is very, but I don't know if I could ever learn
for me,
it. But
Spanish is
I
like
would wanna know
sexy.
Spanish.
Like I feel like especially if you listen to Spanish music.
Well, it's very catchy.
Mexican music,
the beat
I don't
is
know.
very like.
But it's like
catchy and
when they're
rhythmy.
doing a love song in it, it sounds like really. It's like wow, this sounds pretty sexy.
Yeah.
But I would say probably Spanish would be for me what kind of skill I'd want to learn.
I don't know what I would want to learn for a new skill. I don't know if it's a skill, but I wish I could sing or dance. Usually people are good at one thing, like singing or dancing or acting. Like I can't do any of them.
Well, I can't either.
I'm creative, and that's about it.
I can't sing. I can't.
You can dance.
I think I try, but it's not good.
I feel like I'm the wacky inflatable flailing man.
That's very
when
funny.
I dance. I just no rhythm at all.
But
I mean, but I don't have confidence very much. So
yeah, you don't have a lot of confidence. I don't either. But around you, I do. Around you, I have all the confidence. Well, sometimes. Sometimes I have all the confidence in the world.
Yeah. Question 4. Did you have a favorite book as a child?
I didn't read a lot when I was a kid, so
The only book I remember is that like shiny fish.
I'll be honest with you.
Or the caterpillar one.
My favorite book was probably the Guinness Book of World Records when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
I used to look at that. Matt used to have that all the time, and
Yeah.
I'd look at them all.
That was probably my favorite. I didn't read when I was a kid.
I didn't read either.
I
I remember reading the Junie B. Jones in like
I don't even know
elementary
what that is.
school.
When they gave me books to read for a book report, all I did was I looked at the book and I would just literally I'd go first page, and then I'd go 30 pages in, and then I'd go to the end, and then I'd write the book report.
I could never. I've always had a problem like reading because I think I'm a little bit dyslexic. I don't read.
You are, yeah.
I can't read a book and put it as something happening in my mind.
I can't either, though.
I read it word for word. Like
I can't either.
I'll read the words as the words, not something happening. And by the time I'm on to the next paragraph, it's like something coffee, and I'm like, what am I? I don't know what's even going on right now. I don't know. I'm just reading these words.
If you just read, you'll get used to it.
No.
You just have your mind just needs time to adjust. That's It's just like food. You just got to try new food. It's no big deal.
No. Almost 30. No.
No, I can't. I'm the same way. If I try to read a book and it says
I have to be like really
can't.
interested. Like that Sapiens book I'm reading.
Well,
I mean, it's been on pause for a few weeks, but
for like a fucking 2 months.
because I started reading it after I deleted my Facebook.
And that was
A
what?
month and a half ago, February 19th.
So almost 2 months. Okay.
Whatever. But it is really interesting.
I bet it's
I
interesting.
could read about history and true crime.
I can't, because when I read a book, it says, "Oh, this girl was murdered."
I don't like fiction.
I can't
like fake things.
I can't do it. I just can't read.
Yeah.
I could maybe listen to a book, but I'm just I don't know.
Well,
I don't do
you're
it.
such like a visual.
I'm very visual. I'm hands-on 100%. Like if you tell me
I
if you tell me how to run a machine, I won't know how to do it. You got to be like, "Listen, just go do it." And I have to fuck up.
This is how you run the lathe.
When I'd done those jobs.
Did.
Sorry. This bitch. I don't want to call you a bitch on.
It's okay. It's not personal. Baths or showers? I feel like you like baths, but you don't take them very often.
I love baths,
Yeah,
but
it's just convenient to take a shower.
the problem is I want it in like a nice tub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a nice jetted
jacuzzi tub.
Well, one that's big enough to where I can actually
lay,
like
put your feet out.
Spread out. Yeah. I don't like taking baths in like a normal.
All these bathtubs are for like. You'd think that these tubs were made in like
they're for midgets.
17th century.
They're for little people, for midgets.
Well, for when people were shorter, like we got like 6'5" people now. Like
I know.
Make it big enough.
I'm not that big. I'm only
Extend
like 5'10".
that tub.
But still, even in our tub, it's like
small.
I
can't put I can put my feet straight out and like where the drain is, but then like I'm sitting up.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not
right. I
like
want
in the water.
I like the water up. I want it like up to my neck, but I want everything else submerged. Yeah. So I would say baths for me in the right tub.
I thought you said bass.
Baths.
I was like, you want a bath?
Baths.
Yeah. I mean, I like showering. That was the funniest movie back in the day.
We should watch that. It's a good movie.
What's it called? Dirty Love?
Dirty Love. Yeah, she has
she has
that period in the store.
Oh, it's so not even accurate. Blood would never just fall out of your vagina like
I know,
that.
but I'm just saying
it's hilarious.
It is funny.
Though.
What'd you say? Baths or shower? Did you say?
Oh, what was the question?
Would you rather?
I mean, I don't mind. I fall asleep in bathtubs. I just tend to nap.
You probably shouldn't, because you would drown. You would drown for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I don't mind baths, but it has to be the right like jacuzzi or like nice and warm. But then again, I feel like it's a pain. Like, I'm gonna say showers. Like it's a pain because then you have to rinse off. You're sitting in your own filth. The water gets cold. The bubbles go away, and then you're just sitting there bored.
Yeah, but you're the type of person that shouldn't own a Tesla, because if you get on the highway and let it self-drive, you'll go to sleep. You'll just go to sleep.
If I'm comfy and warm, I'm going to bed.
Listen, if anybody who knows Haley, well, not even really knows her, but because we've been together so long, and we'll be sitting in the living room and say the TV's off because it's not on very often. Sometimes we just go out there and we're doing our own thing, and she will. Did you just put your shit in my camera? Yeah, you probably did.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. I don't know, maybe not.
So she will look at me and I'll look at her and go, "What are you doing?" And she'll go, "I'm getting comfy." Now,
just giving my eyes a rest.
That is her. When she says "I'm getting comfy," it 100% she's going to sleep. That's what it means. It does not mean that she's getting comfy.
It means I'm getting comfy.
She can't get comfy during a movie because she's going to sleep. It doesn't matter if she's into it or not.
I know. Yeah. I can't read these.
That's fine. What's next?
Favorite item of clothing?
Like that we have right now, or that I want?
That you have right now.
I'm a pretty simple person, I guess. I don't know. Probably just. I don't know. Like, what do you? I don't know. Like, I don't really have a favorite piece of clothing.
What about like what you can wear in general? I'll go with mine. Mine are socks. I love socks. My feet are always cold.
Yeah, she does love socks.
My runner-up would be pajama pants.
Probably. A favorite piece of clothing,
just like like what to wear.
It would probably be boxers, because I'm specific about like my boxers. I want them to be a certain.
I feel like yours could be shoes also.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about shoes. Like I wasn't even thinking about shoes. Yeah, I like a certain kind of shoe. I go shoes. That's good.
I feel like mine are socks or sweatpants.
Yeah, you know me pretty good. Yeah, shoes. That would be shoes for sure.
Would you change your name?
I've thought about it before.
Really?
Yeah, I hate Nathan. I hate it.
I know. I hate Haley. Well, I hate that Haley starts with a. It's not like a definitive sound.
It's just Nathaniel.
It's not bad.
Nathan.
Your middle name is what's to change.
Scott.
Scott.
Jesus.
Who is Scott? I don't know your parents
Scott.
that know any Scotts.
No, it's just
No
like
family
it's just,
member named
I feel like
Scott,
I
no
feel like
grandpa.
I feel like it's like 1930s Nathaniel
They
Scott.
probably were like, oh, look at this toilet paper, Scott. Oh, that's
They
such a
did
good
not.
middle
And
name.
shut up. Is there really Scott? Yeah, there is.
There's a
Scott.
Scott toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's okay. I have the
No.
most common middle name in the world, Lynn Marie. Two of them, not just one.
I hate
both.
it. I hate my name. I've thought about changing it to like something weird.
Like what?
I don't know.
I mean, I hate my name because the spelling is weird. It's just Haley. There's nothing. It's so simple, but it's not the common spelling.
For some reason, like James is
you
always
do not
been.
look like a James.
No, but I'm saying like a James. I don't really know. I don't think I would if I changed it. I couldn't change the name to another normal name. It would have to be something out of the ordinary.
Pizza.
No, I kind of like a day of the week. I kind of like that.
It's because we watched What Happened on Monday.
Yeah, but I've always liked it. I've always liked it.
Like what? Not a month?
No.
Or a season?
No.
But a day of the week?
Like a day of the week.
You look like a Tuesday.
I was just gonna say Tuesday. I was just gonna say
but not
like
TUE. TOOSD.
Yes,
Tuesday.
something different.
No, DAI at the end.
Like I like
be fancy, not DAI. Tuesday.
That's funny because that's what I was thinking. If I did change, I feel like it would be like a Tuesday, like Tuesday. I don't know. It couldn't be another normal name. What's the point in changing to another normal name?
When I was younger, I really wanted to be Jessica or Jennifer.
I don't like
really.
So
bad.
I don't like Jennifer, obviously, because I have a
sister.
sister named Jennifer, and it's just weird.
Well, that's when I was like 8. But now
Jessica.
I don't like Haley, but I wouldn't want to be named Jennifer or Jessica. If I could be named anything, I really, for some reason, like. We don't have kids, so I don't want to name myself something I would want to name my kids, but I really like the name Olive because I want a shortened name like O.
Olive Pendergast.
Yeah. My name's Olive.
I don't see you being an Olive.
No, I know. I just like the O. I like it's sweet, kind of a little bit weird, but not
But
too
would
weird.
you ever change your name?
Yeah.
Like
I hate Haley.
But
it's
you would have no issue changing your name. Like it wouldn't like
I mean, I'd probably frick my signature up a few times.
You can say
but
fuck,
I don't
okay.
I know. But I don't like signing my entire name. Like my last name's got so many loop-de-loops and swoops and lumps, but I don't know what I would change my name to.
I don't know.
I feel like I would change it to like H. I don't know. Something just like
if I changed it, it'd probably
simple.
be like Tuesday. I for some reason Tuesday is really an interesting thing. What's your name? My name is Tuesday. I just like it. It's a day after Monday. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. I think we Taco Tuesday. You like tacos?
I love tacos. But then
relation there.
Then you'd have to go through a whole bunch of shit.
I know.
You know what
I mean, I probably wouldn't, but I just don't like my name. Okay, next one is, do you have a mentor? I've never really had a mentor. I mean, there's people that I like will take advice from, but there's not one person that I'm like, aspire to be like you.
Yeah, I don't really like.
No.
I don't have a mentor, but I will say there's the one person in my life who, like, for me that I not like. I don't want to say like look up to, but it would be somebody who's like, wow, I would love to be like that person. Is you 100%. And I'm not doing it because like it's just you and because your attitude, the way you work, the way that you do things, the way it's just everything about you. And it's not even if I didn't know you and I just saw you, I think I would feel the same way because everything you do for the most part is always very good and you're good at what you do. You don't think you are, but you're so good at what you do. And it's like, sometimes I think, man, I envy how she is, like how her attitude is, how her mindset is, how she looks at life and how she works, you know, her work ethic. Cause I have a good work ethic, but not like you. So I would probably say, I definitely like, look, I guess you could call it look up to. I don't know how you'd want to put it.
Yeah.
But not like a mentor, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because a mentor I feel like is like a Mr. Miyagi type of
right.
thing.
It's like, oh, here you're like someone.
This is how you do this.
Right.
I mean, like there's people like obviously I look to Scott for like advice, like random stuff, and like I look to you for random. Like I feel like there's a bunch of people that I look to for random things, but not one person as a mentor that I'm like,
But you don't
teach me
you
how to
you
do
don't
this.
ask a lot of people that much stuff. You do it.
No.
You usually do it
Because I feel like I just have common sense.
Well, but for the most part, when you do it the right way. Like you don't do it the wrong way.
Yeah, it's weird because I feel like I take after my dad so much.
Oh, you do.
For living with him when I was 27.
When we came back from Florida.
For a month. That's the only time I've lived with him.
No, we lived with him for I think it was 2 months. Yeah, we lived with him for 2 or so months.
Yeah, but like being raised by my mom, you'd think I'd be, and I feel like I'm like her in certain ways,
Yeah,
but I feel like
ways.
I'm attitude and work ethic and like, I don't want to say comedy, sense of humor.
Yeah, I'd say you have.
I feel like I take after my dad a lot, and my Aunt Griselda, like my whole dad's side. I feel like I like and pulled that way, which is weird because I mean I was around them when I was a kid, yeah, but I didn't live with him, and I didn't
like loving, like look, your mom's side of the family, they're not like.
They don't show you love. Like
not,
I know they love people, but they don't
but
show affection.
Right. And your dad's side of the family is very affectionate and very loving. Mm-hmm. Like the way they
I feel like I
could
be more loving. I feel like I can come across very bitchy.
For me it's
China.
For me
That's why I was like bitchy. So I thought of China.
For me it's different. Like obviously, when me and you, I mean it's you show me love, but it's different, but like I think you do take a lot after your dad, side of the family,
which is so weird that you can be so much like somebody that you're from, but
not like lived or seen them
never
that much.
Really know.
Yeah. Like you know your dad now, but even now,
well, I know when I was younger, I spent time with him, but it was only like a couple of nights or like a weekend.
But even now it's sporadic.
Yeah.
I mean, with your dad.
But I mean it's just because we both got our own lives. Like
yeah.
We talk.
I mean everybody has their own lives. Everybody's doing their own thing.
But would you want to be famous, and if so, for what?
No, I don't want to be famous. I never want to be famous.
I don't like when people look at me, so I can't stand like. I couldn't fathom a paparazzi like always being watched and like every move being critiqued of me.
I think when I was younger, obviously I skated.
Yeah, you wanted to skate.
And I was like in the city I lived in, there was a lot of like the younger kids that did know me. And like knew Bobby and Dan.
We'd walk through the mall and you're like, I'm famous. See, look, these kids know me. I'm famous.
But because there
were a lot of people would say hi to you.
Yeah, there would be a lot of kids and stuff that knew me. But I absolutely would hate if I ever got to a point where people were like, oh, I know who that is. I feel like I would stop what I'm doing and be like, because I don't want people to know. I don't want people when I
don't even like seeing people in a public store.
I know you don't.
I run the other way. Like
you avoid
98%. Unless there's someone I see like I work with on like a daily basis.
Or family.
Otherwise, if I went to high school with you, I'm turning away.
Shit.
I'm running. I will literally stop myself from walking down that aisle.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, who did we see the other day in Walmart? And we like inched past into the thing, to the aisle or the row. And I was like, oh no. Oh, it was a salesman. The person that sold us our car.
Oh.
The 200. I like inched with the cart into, and then I was like, and I like backed up, and you were like trying to get soda, and I was like,
what was his what was his
Michael.
name? Yeah. I don't remember his name, but yeah.
And because I saw him at Cracker Barrel one time, because that's where he used to work, and I like went around the corner, and he was just like right there, and I like couldn't back out.
Yeah.
And I was there with my family, and I was like, oh, because I'm like, how are you, and what are you doing? It's almost like Facebook, like you don't care, don't.
Well, yeah, because you don't
like. I'll see people, a lot of people that I know, but I was never friends with. I was just acquaintances. Like we went to 5th grade together, or you were in my social studies class in high school. Like, I don't care about your life, and I know you don't care about mine. So let's avoid that whole awkward conversation, and where you say, we'll have to get together soon. Like, no, because we've gone this long, and I've never talked to you outside of like school or work. Like, no.
Well, I think too, it's like what we talk about all the time.
And I don't want friends. I really don't. Like, there's a few people that I want in my life, like that I consider close friends that I haven't talked to in years, but like I would want to keep that relationship with them. But like if I worked with you 12 years ago, I don't care. If I went to middle school with you, like chances are I don't care. If I wanted to keep you in my life and you wanted to keep me in your life, we would still be talking.
Right. Like, well, it's like what we talk about all the time. Like there's
You're
individual.
my best friend.
Well, and yeah, I mean you as well. Like obviously,
Yeah,
like we honestly are best friends. Like like I think when I look at our relationship, like I'm not touting our relationship, but like we really do have a very good relationship.
Yeah.
We don't fight very much, and
we bicker over petty stuff.
And I was gonna say, even if we do fight, it's not a fight; it's something stupid, and it's a barely even a bicker, and we legitimately are best friends. I mean, we literally do everything together, and it doesn't affect our relationship in a bad way. But
I never get sick of being with you.
Yeah, no, never. No, and look, some people, everybody's different, but for me, I'm very content with my relationship. I'm content with being around that person. But there's people, and we've talked about it, who they have to say everything about their life. We've talked about this.
They do it for social media.
Right. There's
but
people.
There's a lot of people that know that too. Like I was just talking to someone at work yesterday or today, and they were like, "I hate when you see someone on," I think it was Danny. Yeah, yesterday. And she was like, "I hate when you see people in real life and they're totally different than what you see them on Facebook." And I was like, "I know." I was like, "That's kind of like a little bit of the reason why I deleted my face, because I'm sick of seeing
it's just fake.
all these other people boasting about this just fake life. Like, I bought a new car, I got a new dog, I got this new tattoo. Everyone, look, like attention on me. Like, I mean, I'm really not one for people to like put attention to me. Like, do stuff to make yourself
but you know what's crazy,
happy, because most times these people are so unhappy.
Well, and that's what I love, because with like so for instance, like me and you, we never,
nobody knows what state we even live in,
and you know what's crazy,
or what we drive,
is even like when we came back from Florida, like we didn't even really post a lot of pictures. We just
didn't your Facebook say you lived in, doesn't it even still say now that
no,
you
so I like took all that off, like where I live and where I was from.
Yeah, the only thing I had was from here with dating you.
I have that I'm engaged to you still, but I took a lot of stuff off.
Well, now it just says engaged.
Yeah,
I'm no longer known on the Facebook world.
It's just it's
and I feel like Facebook just watches your life, and I don't like it.
It's just the weird. It's just weird how people do it. How people are just they're so caught up in just like, oh, I got a new car, I need to put it on Facebook, or I got a new tattoo, or I bought a new house, or we're going on vacation.
Breaking news. Nobody fucking cares.
Well, and that's the thing, to be honest with you.
Except for you.
Like for me, it's like I would rather not have people know about me. I don't
want anyone to know anything.
I don't
want people to know I even got my hair cut.
No, I don't mind.
Like 4 months ago.
Like I don't mind that.
No.
Like, well, now they might know, because I'm gonna put this on my Facebook page.
Yeah, I look like a little boy now.
But you don't. But I don't.
Someone called me sir at work the other, like a few. Okay, I was gonna say the other day, a few weeks ago. They're like, "Oh, sir, ma'am," and it's like
everything is everything is a few days ago with you. It could be a year ago. It's like, oh, it's 2 days ago.
Yeah, a few days ago when I got back from California. No, just kidding.
That's so
sorry,
long.
I interrupted you.
2009.
11 years.
That's crazy.
I know.
It's a long time. What's next?
What element would best represent? Let's start over. What element would best represent you? So like water, fire, earth. No, water, fire, air, wind. Is that the 4?
I have no idea.
Water, fire, air, and wind. Yeah, I think that's those 4.
I to be honest with you, I don't know.
Water,
I don't know
fire.
what best. I feel like water because I'm a crab.
Did I say air and wind at the same time?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up. What are the 4 elements?
Yeah.
Because air and wind. Well, that's just.
I think she's over there.
That's the same thing. Buggy, you want to be on camera?
We have a little. Well, she's not little, but
she's a chunk, but she's little to us.
She's got short legs. She's got little.
She's very stubby.
She's got tiny legs. Our cat. She's got just little legs. So.
What are the 4 elements? Earth. That's right. Water, air, and fire. Well, there's a 5th one.
Earth, water, air.
Earth, water, air, and fire. And then there's aether, which I don't know what that one is. That one doesn't count. Earth, air, fire, water. I feel like I'm water. As much as I fear deep, deep water, because it's dark and you don't know what's underneath you, and it just goes for a very long time and we don't know half the things that are down there. I feel like water, I'm very flowy and like flexible and understanding.
I don't know. I'd probably say
like
maybe fire. I liked fire when I was a kid.
You're kind of, well, Andrew Blair, you're like.
Oh, there she is. There she is, guys.
Oh, Buggy. Okay, come on.
Say hi. Say hi to everybody. There she is.
Say hi, Bugs.
Say hi.
She says, no, I don't like people.
This is her name is Malaya, but we call her Nug,
Bugs,
Bug in a rug.
Buggy. Her Instagram is was it Snuggy Buggy?
I don't know. You're the one who created it.
I haven't been keeping up with it.
You haven't kept up with it.
She loves to cuddle.
She does. So that's like her main thing in life is just to cuddle.
Remember when we taught her to give us kisses when she was a kitten?
Yeah. So we taught her. So we have another cat. He's
an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
But he's the social one. I mean, he's just a dick to her.
Yeah, he's an asshole to her, but he's nice to everyone else. But he plays fetch, so like he'll go and like if you throw something,
thanks to your mom,
he'll bring it back because like my mom taught him like how to do that. But she got taught how to give kisses, but she cuddles. She's like all about just cuddles. That's like if she could just do it 24 hours a day, that's what she would do. What's next?
Who do you want to be closer with?
To be honest with you, sometimes I don't know. I feel like people would say like friends or family. To be honest, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I'm honestly content.
I mean, I would say maybe don't lick my neck. She's trying to lick my perfume.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say maybe like my sisters, but I don't.
It's hard because it's just
hard.
different generation.
I think she's 25, maybe 26,
Yeah,
and then 18 and 4 or 5.
No, she's not 26, honey.
Alyssa?
Oh, Alyssa. I'm sorry.
Who do you think I was talking about?
I thought you were talking about Jalen. I was gonna say Jalen's not.
I think she'd be 19, or she is already 19.
Don't Nug.
Malaya, no.
Don't do that.
No.
I don't want her to put her claw through that.
But and my brother's 15. Like we're all so different.
It's a different generation.
Jalen's got Jonas. Like she's taking care of him. She's working. Alyssa lives in Racine. Gracie lives with Gabby and I think Broadhead still. But she's 4 or 5. And then my brother's 15. Like we're all on different levels. But I mean, I wish I could be closer with them. Yeah, it takes 2. I should know.
But I think I don't know. I'm content. Like
yeah, I'm
fine. Like I'm okay with my life.
Do you miss anybody?
I miss my grandma.
Yeah.
I think of all like people who like are in my life or people who passed, or does it matter?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
It'd probably be my grandma.
Yeah, I miss
because she just
looked at you and smiled. The few times that I met her, you'd walk in and she didn't, if you were Joe Blow or her next door neighbor or you were her sibling, she would just
she didn't
care. She just looked at you and smiled.
She was the most
she was a sweetheart. She was so loving.
Yeah,
I miss Oompa.
I don't like talking about it too much because I get emotional about it.
I know. Well, it's because it's hard. It is.
Okay. We gotta move on.
Yeah, I miss Oompa. Oompa Doopa.
Yeah, I don't.
David still gets mad when I say, "Oh, Oompa." He's like, "No, it was Grandpa," and I was like, "No, to me it was Oompa."
Well, for you, yeah, that's what
I called him. Was Oompa. He was so funny. I wish you could have known the real.
I met him twice. I think twice.
And I think he was drunk both times.
You know,
he was because he drove the JTS bus. So many, not very privileged like Janesville citizens just didn't. They really liked him and they got to know him and he was so funny and he knew how to cook and he just had that it was like Aunt Kathy but a male version.
I love Aunt Kathy.
Like just hilarious and witty and sparky. Like
I love Auntie Kathy has such an attitude.
I know, and so did Oompa.
I love it.
He had such a good comeback. Like
I love Auntie Kathy is
everyone has an Aunt Kathy,
she's fucking great. She's fucking great. I think I love your Aunt Kathy. I met him twice. Both times I met him, he was really nice. He was very nice. I don't remember if he was drunk, but
I think he was. And he usually got kind of mean when he was drinking. But
for me, both times that I met him, for the few minutes that we were in the house, and I think both times was you went out there to get money from him to go buy him food and then bring the food back.
Yeah,
to
I got him Subway. I remember it was a mess.
Yep.
I had to put the garbage can underneath him eating it because the lettuce was falling everywhere.
But there was another time that we went out there and
he was so giving and caring.
Yeah. Well, the second time he kept on trying to give you money and you said no, and then
he gave me $200 for dusting his house one time.
But
like a few years before he passed, and I was like, Oompa, no, like, and he was like, no, just take it, and I was like, okay, but
I didn't. It would have been cool to obviously, But the two times I met him, he seemed like a nice person.
Yeah, he was very nice. The next one. Tell us a childhood memory. You have a lot of memories.
Oh Jesus! What kind of memory?
I don't know. I know I have a lot of stuff I'm trying to think too. Name Well, should we do like a scary memory?
I don't know if I have a ton of
breaking something. I feel like you've told everyone.
I mean, breaking something. I mean, I broke my tooth, but
did you tell that story?
My tooth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've told it on a previous podcast. I'm not sure. I ran into a car door. Well,
what did you always want for Christmas when you were a kid?
When I was a kid? So when I was, like, how young? Depends on how young.
8, 5. I don't know, somewhere in there.
Okay, so if it was when I was 5, it was a Power Rangers. Something to do
like
with Power
an
Rangers.
Action figure?
Yeah, so there's like these big Zords, right? Megazords, and you could take them apart. That's what they called them, was Megazords.
Zord.
They called them Megazords in the
well, you
show.
were born in the 80s, so we're in different timelines here.
So you could take them apart, and they're like animals or cars, and then you could put them
like
together.
Like a transformer?
Yeah, but they were called
before the Transformers.
But they were called Megazords and
Megatron.
Or if you go later on in years, when I was like in
anything skateboarding.
No, when I was like probably 7 to, well, actually maybe I was like 4, 5, and then that was maybe a year worth of Power Rangers, and then it went into wrestling for WWF at the time.
Yeah,
and then it was anything
WWF.
anything.
John Cena. Can you see me now?
No, that's WWE.
No.
Stone Cold, The Rock,
yeah.
Undertaker, Kane, Paul Bear, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
You know, that was my time. Where it was like real. I mean, it was like real shit. Mankind,
you used to
Cactus Jack.
I think you have VHSs in the basement.
I do of WrestleManias and backlashes.
That's so funny.
And tables, ladders, and chairs.
Now we got to go to the what is that called? A pawn shop and find a VHS player.
Because we don't have one. But
when I was little, I used to alphabetize if this doesn't say who I am now, I used to rewind all when I was bored.
I remember you saying
on
this
a summer day, I would look at all the VHS because you'd see if they were from the normal.
Yeah.
Otherwise, on the right side, they were played.
Yeah.
And it would start the credits.
Yeah.
I would go in and I had like 100 VHSs, and I would rewind all of them to the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I would alphabetize them.
That's so funny.
When I was like 5.
That's so funny.
And then I would watch The Pest all the time. I loved John Luizamo.
I don't know what his name is.
Whatever his name is.
I don't know. But a childhood memory, I mean, I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember breaking my nose.
I remember
playing Office with Bryce.
I think it was over here somewhere on when we lived over here on North Washington. I rode my bike down a hill and I slammed on my front brakes, went over the handlebars, and my chin scraped all the way. It just scraped, and I remember I ran back bawling my eyes out, and I had to go get stitches, and I was so scared to get stitches.
I've never had stitches.
I was so scared. And then I got stitches, and then then there was other stitches, obviously, you know, it's just my finger, my eye.
Did you ever play Hot Lava?
Well, I don't know if it was hot lava, but we played
where the ground was lava. You had to jump from furniture.
But I don't know if it was like hot lava or if it was.
I remember jumping on Nana's like entertainment stand in Beloit, like her TV stand.
I've broke shit. Like I think we knocked like dolls off of a stand once, and they broke. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I talked about it in a past podcast. Me and my cousin Ricky trying to jump bricks.
Oh yeah.
And I just so I don't know. I have a ton of childhood stuff.
Yeah.
What's next? What number? Do you have a number?
We're at well, that was 13, so we're going on 14 now. Strangest thing you've ever eaten. For you, probably not a lot because you're picky. You a picky bitch. Not when you were younger though. I feel like you ate more.
When I was
you would eat whatever.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was like I have stomach issues now. And I have bad panic and anxiety, and when my stomach makes a noise, I get a panic attack because I'm afraid of throwing up.
You ask me too. When my stomach gurgles, you're like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I do.
And I'm like, "Yeah."
So I don't know. When I was a kid, though, I'd eat freaking Doritos and chocolate milk. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I could literally eat grilled cheese sandwich and literally take a bite of ice cream with grilled cheese.
Yes.
Like that's you now. Like that's how you are now. Now I can't do that. But when I was a kid, I just ate weird food mixtures.
I think the weirdest thing I've ever eaten was that damn oyster, clam, whatever it was on my 18th birthday at Alba. It was disgusting. It was like eating a tongue.
It's gross.
I couldn't swallow it. I tried because David pressured me.
Yeah.
And I remember just chewing it and chewing it and chewing it. And it was like a rubber cement mixture with like gum.
Well, the problem is,
and I was like, just swallow it, just get it over with. And I just like I couldn't
Oh no.
swallow it. So I just spit it out.
Just because listen,
well, no, I wanted to try it. I was like,
no,
weird,
I know, but I don't care who you are. You can't say, oh, you just have to. If you just eat it more, you'll have an acquired. That's not how it works.
No, like mushrooms are
right.
disgusting.
It's not how it works. If you don't like something, you just simply don't fucking like it. It's
I mean,
literally
when you're a kid,
simple.
you're picky. Like when you're like 8 to like 12, you're kind of picky. Like
no, but that's but that's the problem. People push their stuff. People are pushy. Your Uncle David's pushy. He's a very pushy person when it comes to.
So like I like herring.
When it comes to politics and food, it's his way or no way.
Or the highway.
We know that.
Yeah, nasty. Pen or pencil?
I
like pen.
I like pens. I have always disliked pencils. The fact that if you press too hard, you could break the lead, and then you have to sharpen it. And sometimes when you sharpened it, the lead would fall out.
If I could have like a continuously nicely sharpened pencil,
maybe then,
and it didn't leave like little graphite dusties.
Maybe then she's getting antsy.
Angsty.
She's antsy, guys.
What do you want, Bug?
She's antsy.
Sorry, I just hit you. Oh, she's got short legs. You gotta look at these legs.
She's got little legs.
She can't jump. She's not a normal cat. She's like, don't jump.
She's mad.
She's probably gotta go eat. She eats every half hour. She's like me, but in cat form.
Yeah, I would probably say pens. I'd go with pens.
I like pens.
Pens would be my.
Do you believe in your horoscope or horoscopes in itself?
No. Well, so growing up, I was told your horoscopes. That's like devil. You don't.
A horoscope? Oh yeah, horoscope, not like palm reading or
no,
like tarot
yeah,
card
like your
reading?
like horoscopes. You know what I mean? Like you read a horoscope every day.
I
or whatever.
I don't believe in the daily or monthly or even yearly horoscopes. I believe in like about you as a horoscope.
I mean,
like
maybe.
a Leo, like I'm a lion, so I'm like.
I'm a fucking crab. That does not. What the fuck? That doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't. What is this? That's not at all how I am.
You can. I don't know about the crab. I don't know about your sign, but I'm a Leo, and I feel like in certain ways it does represent me. But I'm supposed to be like in charge, strong, mighty. Like there's some like very like humble. I don't know. I feel like in some aspects I am.
I feel like for you it works out.
But I was supposed to be born the end of July, so I'm supposed to be a Cancer.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I feel like a Leo is
Cancers are legit. Cancers are legit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My brother's a Taurus, and that definitely fits him.
I don't know. I don't know when I think certain things, like people, like it'll say certain things about a Cancer, and I'm like, oh, okay, well,
like it really fits you.
I was like, oh, that's exactly me. But then you see something else, you're like, nah, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not at all.
What are you afraid of? Whether it's small, big, food, life, animal.
Well,
centipedes, spiders.
I think you probably know what I'm literally most afraid of in life, and that's throwing up. 100%. That it's as weird as it sounds for anybody listening or watching. I'll cut my arm off before I throw. It's a very weird thing, and I don't know where it came from in my life, but throwing up is probably the biggest fear that I have. Yeah. Yes.
I don't know if I have a main fear.
Well, I see. It's weird because I have
like little things. Like I don't like centipedes just because they're kind of nasty.
See, I don't know if it's a fear.
I'm not really afraid of dying because to me, I'm always like, well,
I'm not afraid of death.
It is what it is. I think I fear my close family and you dying more than myself dying.
Yeah,
because it like going through a tough like.
Yeah, death to me is not.
Living without that person has got to be hard. Plus, I've had like 3 dreams of you dying and one of my mom dying. Like, and I remember all of them specifically.
Yeah.
Like, and I just.
Yeah, death to me.
But I don't think there's any one thing that there's things I don't like, obviously, but there's not one thing that I fear. I mean, deep water probably is.
Yeah, I don't know. Death to me isn't. I don't know. That doesn't really affect me. But
what's your favorite scent?
Well, you know me. I'm more of a summer. I like summer stuff. I like
fall.
I like breeze. I hate
vanilla and hazelnut.
So I like those, but I like that. You
like a clean linen.
Like that.
So does my Uncle Matt.
Yeah, like that breezy. But I will say that you bought a candle with that. That's like
it's like a honey. It's like an oat and honey.
Yeah,
or something.
and that fucking thing is
amazing. You know what my favorite scent is?
Amazing. My ass.
Sharpie.
My
ass.
God.
You said my ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like Sharpie gasoline tire and freshly vacuumed carpet. It's very specific, but it smells like do you ever go into the tire center?
It's nice.
Oh God,
it is
so
nice.
Good.
It is
or
nice.
a nice black Sharpie.
Oh my God,
freshly vacuumed and gasoline.
Rubber
like it just
cement.
Smells rubber. I don't remember what that smells like.
Rubber cement was rough. That was like
I'm not a floral person.
You just
though,
no
like,
rubber cement. Just when I was
you just
in school.
like to get the high. I don't know if you like the smell very much. I like I'm not very floral scent person. I like the
either.
like comforting like vanilla, coffee, hazelnut, creme brulee.
I like that. I mean, I'm into that stuff. I'm not a fan of Christmas scents at all.
No, the pine tree or the apple. Oh, it stinks.
I'm not into
my
that.
mom's favorite scent is lilac.
I love lilacs.
I know because you lilac. Like it too, yeah.
Yeah, I love lilac. Yeah. What's next?
With money not being a factor, how would you live your life?
With money not being like
money was non-existent. You could just do whatever the hell you
How would I live
to.
my life? So I would live my life probably the way that I'm talking about, having a house
like in the country,
like in the woods. No, it's not.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, but not so much country.
But I would have like a 2,000 square foot animal rescue barn.
So I think like when I say living out, I don't mean like say like out in the country, like say where Brian lives, right? I don't mean that. I'm talking woods, out in the woods.
Yeah, like miles and miles from like the closest.
And like there's trees, and you're
well,
just
you like trees.
And you're just
whenever you see a house that's like in a new suburb, you're like, oh, this is ugly.
I hate it.
You could take that same house and put it in the middle of like
I love it.
Like
forest.
Like an old century, whatever with old trees. Forest Park Boulevard, for example.
Yeah.
There's a house for sale close to there, but it's really not cute on the
inside.
You like trees. You like that homey feeling.
Like as shitty as it is, take a little forest and just cut out and then put a house right in there.
Yeah.
That's where I want. So I'd say
what
that.
What would you do though? Like, would you just hang out in the house, or I mean, I know you like to talk, so you'd probably keep podcasting.
I think I'd keep podcasting, and I'd
you build like a small skate park for yourself?
Yeah, I think because obviously skating was my dream. It was like my dream. It was my passion. I mean, I still love it till this day.
I feel like you would need just like a giant garage to do whatever.
So like just like I feel like what I would want is I'd probably want like a 10,000 square foot, 10,000. I know it sounds like a lot, but probably a 5 to 10,000 square foot type barn or warehouse that's heated, where I could have a podcast studio, a small little skate park with some ramps and rails, and a workout area. Because I've been working out, so like a workout area, and maybe like a shooting range or like a golf range. And I probably would want. Like obviously you do gardening and you're going hunting and different things like that.
You can duplicate that building.
So
that would be my animal
right.
rescue.
And then so for you it'd be like an animal rescue or rehabilitation.
Animal rescue.
For me, it's actually not bad.
It is cute.
For me, and then I'd probably have like a shooting range out at the house. That if money wasn't an issue,
well, you didn't have to have an indoor shooting range. You could have an
outdoor
one.
No. I'm saying it would be outdoor, not indoor. So it'd be like an outdoor.
Bend?
Yeah, it'll bend. So that would probably be mine. I know that animals for you have always been.
I just want to help them. I feel like they don't have a voice.
Well, they don't, and a lot of people.
And they don't deserve it because all they do is love you.
They do
they just
unconditionally.
Love humans, yeah.
Unconditionally.
And for anyone that wants to beat them, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Definitely fuck you.
That's why, like, when I was younger, I wanted to work for the ASPCA, but I don't think I could.
No,
I think I would literally want to drag the person behind my vehicle.
Well, when I was in California, remember I called the cops on that house. They had that pit bull, and you could tell it was fighting.
I want to steal animals.
No, I know, but you got
even if their food dish is not full enough, I get upset. If their nails are too long, I get upset. If they don't get enough love, I get upset.
Yeah, but you have to have money and you have to have resources to do it.
Well, people just want to be. People are disgusting, and they want to be in control of something. And if they don't have a kid,
they are disgusting.
Or they do have a kid that they can completely control and be a dick to. Here, let me do it to an animal. Like these poor birds and hamsters and all the abuse that they especially when it's a young kid that could have it, like a 4-year-old. They chuck the fucking hamster across the room, like fuck you, child.
We are we are
disgusting.
We are disgusting. And it's weird to say it, but human beings are disgusting. For instance,
it's what we can do with our mind.
Well,
what we can think of.
Well, I'm just saying we are. It's not even what we can think of. It's just everything we do in life. How we are so inconsiderate of our environment.
Yeah.
We're just like literally since this
of others.
But since this quarantine thing, you can see how things have changed. Like I feel like grass is a little greener. Animals are coming out in more. The dolphins over in Italy.
The earth is doing better.
It is because we're not fucking it up.
Yeah.
We are a disgusting race, 100%.
I know.
We ruin shit. That's literally what we do.
We are capable of so much,
but we do so little.
Yeah.
That's the honest to God truth.
Yeah. Question 20.
Okay.
China.
China.
I just love how he said it.
Listen. China. Okay.
I'm not racist. It comes from.
China. I'm not racist. It's from China. It's a China virus. China.
Do you prefer to swim in a pool or an ocean?
I don't
think you prefer to swim at all. I'm just gonna say it. You're not a big swimmer.
I'm good. I'm a good swimmer.
No, not that you're not a good swimmer, but you just, if you could walk through a shopping center or go swimming like in a pool or an ocean, you would rather be
I think for me, like when we were in Florida, I loved going to the ocean. I loved it.
Well, yeah, because it's very relaxing.
I think if I had to choose, it'd be an ocean because it doesn't matter how many people you have an endless amount of space.
Yeah.
To whereas a pool, you're secluded to only so. If it was a pool in my backyard, maybe a pool, but
I would pick a pool because I don't like sand in my butt. It's annoying. You shower, and like 3 hours later, you use the bathroom and then there's sand. And like 10 hours later, you're eating food and you're like...
That's just your poo?
No. There's like always sand in your mouth somewhere somehow.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of stick around.
It's annoying. And then from the salt, well, depending on where, but from the salt water, you get really dry.
Oh, you're really dry.
And I already have really dry skin. So I'd prefer a pool.
Yeah, you have very weird skin. Sensitive skin.
What is one thing you'd want to teach your children?
Is this the last thing? Is that the last one?
No.
Oh my God, we're not gonna have time for all these.
That's okay. There's not many.
Okay, well, we're not gonna have time for all of them. But
okay, what would you want to teach your kid? One thing.
One thing
whether it be like a personality thing, what to learn, how to be.
The one thing I'd teach my kid, see, it's hard.
Common sense.
Would be common sense, but you don't listen to people. Don't listen. Do what you want to do. Do whatever you want.
Do what you want.
Yes,
I think I would
100%.
teach my kid to be humble.
Well, that's kind of, similar because it's like
just be kind and be humble.
Well, you're right, but for me it would be do what you want to do. Like if somebody says, "Hey, you should go do this," don't do it just because somebody's pressuring you to do it.
Don't be a people pleaser.
Just do what you want. If you don't want to go to college, don't. If you don't want to finish high school, well, you have to finish high school. But if you don't want to go to college, don't go to college. If you want to work at McDonald's for the rest of your life, then fine, that's what you want to do.
If you're gonna be good at it, then do it.
Right. Just do whatever you want. I don't.
Yeah.
For me, it's because there's too many people in life that you're pressured to.
Just sucked into.
You're pressured to do what everyone else wants you to do, and that's the same thing with like the Facebook thing. You're posting this stuff on Facebook because you think that's what everybody wants you to do or everybody wants you to see. So it'd just be do what you want to do, whatever it is that you want to do in life. Doesn't matter what it is.
The next one is, where do you feel the safest?
To be honest with you, when I'm around you.
Oh, so anywhere, just with me?
Yeah, I think with you, it's just
homey.
I'm at home and I'm with my loved ones.
Yeah.
I
feel the safest in the bed with you. Like just like laying in the bed.
Laying in bed
with you.
You don't have to say with me if it's not with me.
No, but it's with you. But like laying in the bed.
It's because I have guns. So she's happy that
there's a gun on my side of the bed too. But I like tangling my legs with you.
She's so hot. It's crazy. She comes into bed and she says she's cold, but she's a fucking...
Because I'm always freezing.
She's 1,000,000 degrees.
I have a sweater and sweatpants on right now.
I'm a little
and
hot.
Shirt
I'm a little hot. I'm a little warm.
Sweating.
And I get the fucking heat off.
What is one thing you want to overcome or conquer? You would or could overcome and conquer. Like one thing that you could...
Definitely panic.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so I don't take medicine for everybody. I take zero medicine for panic or anxiety or any of it. I take nothing for depression, No, none of that. It's very hard to deal with. You know, I've been dealing with since late 2013, basically 2014, and I'm pretty good at managing it, but it does get out of control more than it should.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than but I feel like lately I've been able to control
been doing it for so long. You know how to.
Yeah, I mean, I know like where I need, like I know I can kind of feel when an attack's gonna come on. I feel like I know where I need to be when it's gonna happen. And for anybody who's never had a panic attack, it's a very, very scary thing to go through. Not just like, oh, I'm having panic, but like a real legit panic attack is very, very scary. I'm a 30-year-old man, and it's scary. It's a scary thing to go through. But that would be one thing for me.
I think for me it would be confidence. It's
yeah,
really
it's crazy because you're so good at everything, but your confidence level, it's crazy. You're so good.
That's one thing. If you could time travel, where would you go? To anywhere in time, or to spend time with anybody, or go forward, or go back?
It would definitely be back. I'd go back in time. I think I'd want to go back before I was like born.
When? To like the 70s?
No, maybe like the 40s.
The 40s?
Yeah, like
the 40s?
Not, I know like there was the Great Depression. I'm not sure what.
I think that was the beginning. No, that was like the late 20s to
late
20s. The 30s.
So it'd probably be like the 40s. I think I'd want to like see my grandma while she was young.
Ooh.
And not just that, but I think live in that world where there was respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was love.
Sadly, not for Black people though.
No. Right. I think.
Yeah.
And that,
just like in a normal like household.
Just like I'm not trying to go like, black or white or anything. I know that was a terrible time, but maybe I could go. Maybe you change it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I go back in time, and not like I was meaning to go back to change it, but somehow you fall in and you change something like that. That was wrong, and that was really fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Since you brought that up, that's terrible. Like just watching certain movies and they talk about it.
Well, we watched Django Unchained the other day.
Yeah, and I know
again we've seen it before.
I know it's a movie. But to think that actually happened. Like that's real shit.
That people could treat other people like that just because they had a different skin color.
It is really disgusting.
To me, I'm going to treat you how you're treating me, or I'm going to respect you how you're respecting me. Like you're a person, you have feelings. People get upset because I think the sticky mouse traps are shitty because these poor mice have to peel their legs off. Yeah, it's a mouse. It's nasty. It carries germs, but it still has feelings.
No, I think.
I mean, that's a mouse. I'm not comparing people to a mouse, but still, like everything has feelings.
Just watching certain
movies. People have
movies.
emotions. Yeah,
like
and
we
it's
watched
shitty
that movie,
that people could do that.
Jamie Foxx. He's such a good fucking actor.
Yeah.
That one movie we watched, it was him, and then that Michael B. Jordan, where he was in prison, wrongfully convicted about killing that woman, that white woman.
I barely remember. I know I've seen it, but I can't.
Well, yeah, you watched it with me, but
or the Green Book.
I mean, it really is.
Good movie.
And it's crazy because, it is. You know what? I would want to go back in time. Obviously, I think for a different reason, not for that. I think to go back in time just to see my grandma as a young woman, and there was a different sense of respect. Nothing to do with racism, but there was a different sense of respect in the household.
Right. I think I'd want to go back to like the 90s. I feel like it was just a good time.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like I don't know. I just like the 90s. I love the music, the movies.
I was into the 90s. I was wrestling with my body pillow on the bed.
Yeah, I mean, I was a kid too. I think I was born in 91, so it's very. But I just love the 90s. Well, I feel like it was before shit hit the fan.
I was a 90s baby as well. I was born in 89. I was 1 year, so not even. I was born in July.
You're admitting you're a 90. You always argue. I'm an 80s, and I know you're kidding, but you're like, I'm an 80s baby.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was born
crazy.
July in 89, so it's not
you
that
had
many
a
months.
whopping like 7 months.
Yeah, and I didn't
6
obviously
months.
I don't know any of it.
You don't remember that?
No.
Oh. The most used emoji.
I don't use emojis, so I don't know.
Mine is the one that's like this little smirky smile.
Well, it depends. I actually
to me it's the little heart.
So I do use emojis, and it would be hearts, because when we talk, I always use the hearts. So I guess you would say hearts, but I don't use emojis for anybody else.
No.
Like I just don't. I
use them.
I forget that they're even there.
I like when you type a word, you're like toast, and then the little bread pops up, and you're like, hey, and then you want to hit it.
I did that to my mom the other day when she was talking about toilet paper.
What the hell?
When she was talking about toilet paper, I said, "Oh, I'll get you some toilet paper," and then the little toilet paper roll popped up.
Did you replace it? Because it replaces the word.
I did.
I'll get you some.
I did. I replaced it, and then I sent it. She probably didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
She's probably like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh, that was funny. The other day, Scott came in. It was Thursday, and he was like, "Oh, I have to get Amy some stuff or whatever." And I was like, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "Yeah." He was reading some stuff off, and he goes, "Fish soap." And I was like, "She said fish soap? You mean dish soap?" He goes, "Yeah." She keeps correcting it. He goes, "Oh my gosh, fish, 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 fuck!" Like, because she kept sending it, and kept changing it to fish. That was pretty funny. I'm sliding off this uncomfortable chair.
I know.
Favorite season and why? Yours is the summer.
I don't know. It's not winter.
I know you hate winter.
It's not. I don't think it would be spring. I'd probably say not 100% summer, but not 100% fall. I think it's in between.
I like summer and fall. Fall because I like pumpkin stuff and like you're like winding down from the summer. But I've always loved summer. I love swimming. I love being active and outside.
No. I'm talking. I like 75 degrees.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm into.
I like 85 and sunny.
Yeah, 85 is fine. I could do 85. 75 to 85.
Small humidity.
75 to 85.
Yeah, I like to be warm. Do you have one big regret? Do you have one regret
in my life?
Yeah.
So I have more than one.
Name your biggest.
I try not to have regrets.
Yeah. Because you do everything for a reason. You wanted it in that moment.
My biggest regret. What's yours?
I don't know if I have one. I think my biggest regret.
Yeah, I don't know if you do have one. You're pretty solid.
I know. I think my biggest regret is how I treated Oompa before he passed away, because he was a drunk and nobody wanted to deal with him because he was so angry. I think that is because I try to be on good terms with people now, obviously, that are messing up.
Yeah.
Because you never know what can happen to them.
Yeah.
And you have to love them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't regret quitting jobs, going to a job, staying at a job, I changed high schools. Adios, Parker. Hello, Craig. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, I did what I did. I have tattoos that are pointless and meaningless, but I don't like, because things can change.
Yeah, everything can change.
Yeah, but I think I can't change the last thing I said to Oompa.
Well, right. I know. I don't know. For me, I would say, so for everybody, a lot of people probably don't know it, is I actually dropped out of school in 8th grade. So near the end of 8th grade, I stopped going to school. I didn't go to school anymore. And then I was homeschooled. And I think that's one regret. It's not my biggest.
Well, then you kind of threw that out the window because you were a young teen.
What I probably made it to 10th. Well, maybe 11th grade homeschooling, and then I just stopped because I was into.
You were just whatever.
I was into smoking pot and
partying.
drinking beer. You know, I was a teenager.
Having a fun time.
I think probably my biggest regret would be when we leave in San Diego.
You always say that. I thought so.
Leaving that job, I had a good job. I really
made a lot of money.
I loved my job.
Spent a lot of money.
And we did. And at that time, I didn't go through and was not going through any issues with depression and panic and anxiety. And at that time, I would never live in California now.
No.
But at that time, California was a nicer place. And I feel like I should have. That's probably one of my biggest regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized how red my cheeks were.
You do have rosy red cheeks.
It's because I've been sipping on some scissor.
Well, and that camera, there's two different cameras up right now, and that camera kind of has just a slight bit of a different color than the one that's facing me.
My grandma also gets, and my mom
rosy reds,
gets pink cheeks anytime they've been drinking.
Yeah, she's having.
I could never tell a cop a lie. I'm bad at lying.
Well,
I wasn't drinking.
Yeah, you're terrible at lying. I remember.
I'm warm.
I would tell you, don't go to work years ago. I'd say, well, just tell them you don't feel good. I can't because I feel fine.
I can't lie.
I can't lie.
It's hard for me to lie.
I know.
The next question is, if it was impossible for you to fail at something, what would you do? But I don't.
I'm not. I don't.
I don't know. I don't know.
Go on.
And invite somebody to dinner, living or dead. Who would it be? Celebrity or someone you know?
Invite someone to dinner?
Yeah.
My grandma.
Yeah.
100%.
I would invite myself to that dinner. That would be my invite.
The
three of us.
It's literally there's not even.
I wish I could have gotten to know your grandma more when she was younger.
Just a wonderful woman.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the most amazing
You know
women.
what's crazy? I always think about how Mary took care of her.
I know. Oh, I know.
Isn't that weird?
It is,
like how it
is weird.
falls into play.
How everything comes together, and she's our neighbor now.
And she dated my uncle for a long time. Like it's just so
it's weird.
Weird.
She was. And I always, and I say this about you not because I'm with you, but besides you, she was one of the most amazing women besides you and my mother, and that I know.
Yeah.
In just ever. She was just
and I feel like
unbelievable.
She was religious, but she didn't judge you. Like she just didn't care.
So she was 100%. She was a very hardcore Christian, I'm the if you were
least religious person. But
if you were gay or whatever,
she still loved you.
She would let you in her house and she would break bread with you. She would eat. She did not give a shit.
That's what you would always say. She would invite like the homeless people. She didn't give a shit and have them have dinner.
You could literally knock on her door at 2:00 in the morning and say, and she would just she didn't even know who you are. She was amazing. She was an amazing, and she went through her childhood. I mean, she was sold into prostitution.
That's so sad how these amazing people.
She was amazing. They lived in tents.
I feel like it makes them more amazing. She was amazing for the stuff they went through.
So there is not even a question, not even a thought of anyone else that I would ever want to eat dinner with.
Yeah.
My grandmother.
Yeah. I would be that one. Do you have an addiction? I feel like you have an addiction to learning new things and doing different things.
You always say this.
Because you're always learning something new. You're always teaching yourself something. You could do anything you wanted.
I mean, I think within reason.
You're so smart. You have common sense.
I don't know about all that.
I mean, besides when you say done instead of did, that's the only thing.
My writing and my speech is not the greatest.
Who's gonna? I mean, no, whatever.
I don't think I see you. You always say that, but I don't think. I mean, I don't think I'm that smart or that good.
You just,
you know,
you can take anything and make it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like. You came from that generation where you would take things apart and put it back together and build stuff.
God.
And then you grew into the internet generation where you can YouTube and learn anything you want.
Yeah.
And in hands-on, you just mess around with it and you learn. Nobody learns from a textbook.
I love hands-on stuff. I love hands-on stuff.
I don't even know what the question was. An addiction.
For me, I think for me, I mean, I could agree. I just like I didn't know how to do anything with podcasting. No. And then I was like, screw it. I want to do it. And then I mean, obviously spending money wasn't good, but
I think mine is fast food.
I don't even know because cereal is right up there, man.
Cereal's really good. When people say, what's your favorite type of cereal? I'm not embarrassed.
Man, you're
RBC all the way.
You're Raisin Bran Crunch for anybody who doesn't know.
I could live, and it's good on fiber. It keeps you regular.
It's
so good.
So
it gives me heartburn sometimes, but so does breakfast, and that's my second favorite thing for food.
I would say for you, it's not fast food.
Fast food is so good though.
No, but it's cereal because you are literally
an addiction.
You can eat cereal. Like I'll get something.
It just always satisfies my hunger.
Like we were at Culver's. Or not even that. Like I could literally get something for supper for myself. She'd come home, she'd eat cereal at 5:00, and then at 10:00 she'd go, "Oh, I'm gonna have another," and she'd have another bowl. I would say cereal.
That runs on my mom's side. My brother eats cereal, and my Uncle Matt eats cereal.
Yeah.
Like out of the biggest bowl.
But that's what I would say. I would say it's more than fast food. It's cereal. We have 9 million cereal boxes in our house in our back and our counter, like tons of cereal.
Yeah.
I would say cereal.
Cereal's delicious.
And then
I thought I was always like just a sweet eater and a snacker. I love to snack.
Man, your cereal thing is out of, it's almost like you need to see like a counselor about it.
No, it's not out of hand. It's affordable.
It's the way you listen, the end of the world, she's stocking up on
and
Raisin
Kellogg
Bran Crunch.
Gave me a box of Eggos with 2 chocolate chips per Eggo. And they almost lost a customer.
Oh my
God! Kellogg.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Raisin Bran's a Kellogg brand.
Well, I don't know, but you sent that shit in.
I was pissed.
And you got what? Did you get free, or they gave you
$5 for any egg, like any Kellogg brand.
Yeah, $5.
2 chocolate chips per Eggo. There was like 10 chocolate chips in the entire box.
It was bullshit.
I was so mad.
It was bullshit.
I was pissed. Mexican or Chinese food? Say it on 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Mexican. Yeah.
You know, I'm not a big Chinese. I like Chinese food to an extent, but I love
Chinese
Mexican
food is good, but Mexican
refried beans and that.
I mean, obviously, there's moments where you're like, oh, do you want to get Cosmel or something? And I'm like, oh no. But if there was a food where they said you have to eat it every day for the rest of your life,
if you
Mexican.
could have king wok or my dad's Mexican food.
Oh no! Listen, your dad is amazing cook. Is fucking amazing. Anything he cooks.
And my Aunt Griselda, just my whole dad's side.
I've never had her.
My grandma.
Well, I've never had her food,
cook.
but I've seen her pictures, and god damn, I
want to go over there for breakfast. She's always making.
I'm like, I can taste it through the
so
phone.
Jealous.
So yeah, I would say Mexican.
Mexican, made by my dad. Camping or a resort? Wait, what? Camping or a resort in the city? I would say camping.
I would say camping.
You would say camping, but not in a tent.
Yeah, I don't want to camp in a tent. I don't.
You're like Nana on my back.
Well, it's not even about my. It's not even about my back. I would rather. For me, it's like I don't want to be in a tent if it's going to be 100 degrees at night.
When I was younger, we went to a lot of resorts.
But I don't want to be at a resort. I'd rather go camping, but maybe in like a cabin at the camping ground.
Well, yeah, because every time you slept in a tent, it isn't just me; it's everyone. You wake up and there's magically a hole in your air mattress, and you're on the ground, and it's dewy.
Well, it's not just that, but it's like if it's 90 degrees and it's summertime, that's not very comfortable. I would say 100% camping.
They have portable air conditioners
in like a cabin. 100% camping in a cabin.
South Dakota or Rhode Island?
Ooh.
Very weird.
That's such a weird thing because South Dakota gets crazy snow.
Can I confess something? I thought of that question.
You did?
Yeah, because the weird questions, like a lot of them were really strange.
Why would you? That's such a weird one to ask. But if I had to choose, to be honest with you, I don't know. I lean a little bit more.
I was trying to think of 2 very weird states.
Maybe Rhode Island.
Yeah, I've never been to either one.
I've never been to...
South Dakota has... No.
I don't know where Mount Rushmore is at, so don't even... I don't know.
Okay.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that is what I was thinking. What's the difference between living and existing? Can I answer this one? Or do you want to answer?
No, go for it.
Existing, you're just here following the flow of the fish.
Yeah.
Living is where you're actually enjoying yourself and having fun.
Yeah. Perfect.
And having a good time.
Perfect example. Existing is just following.
And doing something you're passionate
just
about.
Going to work 9 to 5, coming home, going to sleep, going to work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And living is it's exactly what you said. You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
And we live. Fuck it.
I'm kind of in both. I'm kind of existing. And
living. Right, but you're living.
There could be certain things that I could be doing that I could be happier, but.
Yeah.
But I'm recognizing that, and as long as you know, I feel like it's a step.
I agree.
Last question, 35. What in life do you find beautiful?
You.
And don't say me.
You.
No.
Listen. In all, and really, what do I find beautiful in life? I think the fact, and I get it. People listening or people watching might literally think that it's
cheesy.
That it is
just trying to get in her pants.
That it is cheesy. So for everybody listening or watching, I've been with her for 11 years. Okay, this isn't like
You're not trying to get me on a second date.
This isn't like trying to get into a woman's pants. But honest to God, it's the relationship that I have with you, and that I can have that type of relationship and love for another individual.
Yeah.
And not love like family. Love like you would die
like
for that person.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, the most beautiful thing in life is the fact that I can be with you and just be with the person that I love.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what it is. And people can think it's cheesy or stupid, but that's, and it's not, like I said, I've been with you for 11 years. There's no, I'm trying to get in your pants. No, I know you were kidding, but I think people would probably think that like, wow, this guy, this guy's really buttering her up. But when you're in a relationship for 11 years, you're not trying to
like him to butter your
you're not trying to butter anybody up, but it really is. I think the most beautiful thing to me is just the relationship that I have with you and the love, how much love you can have for another human being besides like a family member.
Yeah. Like that real hardcore.
Just like very and just the relationship I have. It's very beautiful, and I love the fact that I can have that in life and not want to be like single or have that other life.
Yeah. I don't know for me. I mean, the love that I have for you, I love it.
Well, it doesn't have. You don't have to.
I feel like it's the simple things, like the simple things that just make you really happy, like us goofing around, like and just like
or getting getting new couches or weird stuff.
Just like the simple like things that really bring you joy.
Like so for me and you, it's we
and
get
it's things that you don't like expect, like just
we're so weird. I mean, we get happy over a crock pot.
I know.
You know, like we get a new crock pot. We're like, oh God, this is fucking fantastic. Instapot. What can we, and we make shit in it.
Well,
and
it's
then,
like sometimes like how you can read my mind or I can read your mind or like.
It is weird. Yeah.
Like scaring you. Like, it's just like, it's so like, it's just little things like.
That's not beautiful. I fucking hate that all the time. You're always scaring me.
I don't. It's so bad that every time you come home, you're like, babe, where are you?
Because
like literally, you don't even shut the door. You're like, babe, where are you?
Because
like I'm in here. I'm not gonna.
Because you're probably because you'd be right around the damn corner.
It's just the little things that bring people joy.
I love. I mean, obviously, like I said, us, but yeah, it's always the. Like we got the Instapot and we're so.
I was afraid I was gonna get blown up by that.
We're so dumb. We got the Instapot and we're so excited to try something, so we made rice. Well, the rice we made was minute rice, and it just turned into like it turned into like those like gel balls or whatever kind of. It was like
those,
jelly type.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were like so, and then we've
like, fuck. Now we have real rice. We haven't made.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we should try it.
Yeah, we have that jasmine, like white, long grain, some shit rice.
I didn't think about it. No, yeah.
I prefer Mexican, so I don't really know what rice that.
But it's the little stuff. Like, I don't know, we get a new rug or like, you build a table or, I don't know. Everybody has a little bit of materialistic side of them.
Yeah.
But I feel like for me and you, it's not like, it's not crazy. I think we're pretty normal, average people.
Like, I'll remember that carrot thing for the rest of my life.
I know.
It was just the cutest.
I know.
And your casadasas, your quesadilla text. I want casadasas. CASSADASS.
Chambo. My chambo.
Chambo. You just don't even. You're like, fuck. She'll know what I'm saying. And I'm just gonna say.
So my dad makes a dish, and we call it jambalaya, but it's not actually jambalaya because jambalaya is
jambalaya is like a spicy shrimp southern dish.
What we make is you take white minute rice and you cook that, and you add smoked sausage and chicken with green pepper and different seasonings. You all cook that separate, and then you add it in there with
specifically though browning.
Yeah, so you have to brown in the rice. So you brown in the rice with browner, and you mix it all together, and we call it jambalaya. Well. She asked me what I wanted for supper, and I said, well,
chambo.
I said, maybe chambo is exactly what I said because I didn't know how to spell jambalaya.
And you just didn't care.
And what the thing was is I knew she would know because she knows. So she knows how I am. And if I don't know how to spell something, I'll just.
You'll try your damn best.
Well, no.
And you just send it.
It's almost not even trying. Like, say I don't know how to spell water. I'll just put like TER. And she'll know. She'll go, oh, he means water. Like she knows, like, oh, he means water. Or when I text her, I miss a lot of texts.
You miss
I miss words. I'm always missing words.
You miss the connecting words.
When she reads it though, she can read exactly how it's.
Yeah.
She knows me. She knows me very good in that I can just say, well, it's not gonna be mute. I'll just say MU, and she knows. Okay, he means mute. We know that. Yeah.
So funny.
There's stuff about you that I'll never forget, but probably I don't want to, probably shouldn't tell the world.
It was personal. Tell away.
I mean, your pooping habit can be a little weird.
Because I'm regular? It's because of that Raisin Bran Crunch.
It's not regular. You pooped at like 10 o'clock the other night.
You pooped at 1 a.m. one time.
My pooping schedule is fucked up.
Look, I have coffee and I have to poop, okay?
She does. You get. It
just pushes right through you.
You get a call, and I think that's for everybody. Though I feel like everybody just drinks
and everyone shits. I don't care.
No, I don't give a shit either, and I love that. That's the other thing I love too is we're just, after you've been together, listen.
Not that you don't care, but you just.
Well, you're comfortable. You're just comfortable. Yeah.
You're like just the other half of me. It's not. It's like we were saying that one night. Like sometimes you take a step back and you're like, wait. that is another person. Like you are another individual. Like it's not just like another half of my brain. Like you're a whole different person.
Yeah. Well, that's like
you have a different life.
And that's why I can't.
And now here we are together.
Like when you like if I like I can't get so mad because it's like if you get sad.
But you do at my bitch faces. You do.
But it's like
my attitude.
it's well, yeah, because sometimes you get like a real attitude and it's over something that.
Well, you'll be like, "What do you want for dinner?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And you're like, "Why'd you roll your eyes like that?" And I'm like, "I didn't. Like, I'm fine." And you're like,
and then
no. And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm hangry. Get over it. Like, let's get food." And you're like, "Don't tell me to get over it." And I'm like, "Don't tell me not to tell you to get over it."
Well, because it's And
then we're walking 8 feet apart in Walmart because we got to be safe for the Rona. But
well, right, you got to stay away. Well, you have to stay away from Rona.
No,
you have to stay away from Rona.
Well, then like an hour goes by and I'm like, why am I even mad at you? It doesn't even matter.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, we just don't really fight. But I look at you and it's like that's a whole nother person.
I know it's weird. Sometimes.
They have their own spine and brain and
okay, well I don't go that depth.
Like I do, like they're their own. They're like their own thing. They have all of their own stuff. It's not just like, oh, I pulled. Just like a little.
To me, it's like you have your own thoughts because like we think so in sync sometimes, and then I step back and I'm like, wait, he's got his own ideas,
my own shit,
his own thinking,
my own brain.
Well, we definitely have different views on a lot of things, which I'm okay to agree
like
to
what?
Disagree.
Like what?
Abortions. I tell everyone.
Yeah.
You called me. You said I didn't know I was dating a fucking liberal, and I was like, I'm not even into politics. I'm just telling you my opinion. But we don't.
You told people that.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So no, okay,
no,
it's
but
not.
One thing
we agree.
We can't move stuff together.
No, but we agreed on the abortion thing. We agreed on that.
We did. Yeah, we came to an agreement.
12 weeks. Right?
12 to 16, 18.
So I was at 13 weeks. I think if you're 13 weeks in before, I feel like it's okay. But anything after 12 to 13 weeks, the baby is starting basically to develop legs and arms and shit.
I'm not saying I agree that abortions aren't good. I could never get one. But for some people, I understand that they may want one. And I don't think you should take that right away because it's just going to lead to more basement hanger abortions. And it's going to fill the foster system. And it's going to cause more child abuse cases.
Yeah, but I think...
Because parents don't want those kids.
I know, but I think you're
in the end.
Right, but the way that you just went about that is literally, it's like, that's not, you can't go, oh, well, it's okay.
That's just how my brain thinks.
I know, but you can't go, oh, it's okay because that kid might be abused. Because you have no idea.
But I'd rather a kid not live 18 years in a fucking dog cage.
But you don't know. And here's the thing. Like I said, I don't think that...
I don't know.
Listen, I don't think that it should be taken away. I don't think that should be taken away.
Right.
But I think 13 weeks is... For me, I feel like there should be a law. Anything after 13 weeks, I do think should be illegal.
I think it should be closer to like 18. Because a lot of women, I'm going to say it, are not...
At 12 weeks is...
intact with their body and don't know they've missed...
3 months. That's 3 months.
A period.
And so for me, the reason I say 13 weeks is because after 13 weeks, and I'm not a scientist, just like stuff I've read.
You know.
Right, I know. But so, and it's like Malaya. So it's like ripping her legs and arms apart and tearing her brain out.
No, stop.
But I know
that abortions are like tearing the fetus apart. It's disgusting. It's very bad. That's
it's
why
not just tearing the fetus. It's literally tearing a human being apart.
I'm not saying I could ever get an abortion because that would scar me.
No, I know, but it's not that I think it should be illegal, but I think after a certain point, 13 weeks, I think it should. Yes, it should be.
Obviously, that's one thing that we don't 100% agree on. But moving things, because I'm a weak tit, we can't move together.
It's so hard.
I'm like,
it's so hard to move stuff because you're like
left, right, down, and drop, and you're like up and to the angle, and then we're not on the same pages when we move stuff. We're just not.
No, because I'm trying to do something, and you're like, oh, I need to set it down. I'm like, well, let's just get it where it needs to get.
It's like the Friends episode where he's like, pivot, pivot. And they're just not on the same page. But we bicker. We don't get along about some things, like how to do something or...
Yeah. I mean, there's certain things. I know you like...
But I don't...
She's not very political.
I'm pretty open-minded.
She's not very political.
I understand other
So
ways.
That's not really a bit... Well, I won't... She's not very political, but she does stand... I mean,
I just have opinions.
She stands more on the Republican conservative side more than she does actually on the liberal Democratic side. And that's, I mean, probably because she does live with me, and I am
And
more.
you talk my ear off.
I am more. Well, I talk your ear off
It's
because
okay.
I think people.
Well, I mean, it's.
Well, I think people need
I
to
like
know.
to know stuff.
Well, and I think people need to know because I think you have individuals when you not all Democrats, but when you talk about Democrats, you talk about liberals. They're very pushy, and it's either their view or no view. And when you look at certain things, like you talk about socialized healthcare, a one-payer system, and that's what
I think that's
Italy
because a
is.
lot of people don't understand.
Well, they don't. Well, and it's not just.
I work with a lot of younger kids.
But it's not just young kids. It's not just young kids. It is. I mean, your Uncle David is a very hardcore liberal. Yeah. So it's not just young kids. But I'm not saying that Republicans are correct either. But I do vote Republican, and I do stand on the conservative because it's the more common sense side. And when you look at liberals, like for instance the stimulus bill that Trump passed,
it's weird because they want to send 1,000 to people every month.
Well, no, that's
Andrew Yang.
Well, you're right. He wanted to add that in, and then add this, business, some sort of a business tax. I don't know all about it, but they're like Bernie Sanders, so it's like free healthcare, free college, everyone gets money.
But people don't understand that.
But here's the thing: the problem.
Money's coming from somewhere.
Well, right. The government's not just going to pay for it. And I know he talks about, he just taxes, you can just tax the 1% of Wall Street. You just keep on taxing, and then that's going to, but the problem is it shouldn't be free. If healthcare is free, you're going to lose your doctors. There's going to be a lot of issues. I mean, you can look at Italy, you can look at other places that have a socialized healthcare. And it's the same with college. I don't think it should be free, but
I don't think it should be as expensive.
But it shouldn't be as expensive.
It is.
Absolutely not. It definitely should be. And when I say cheaper, I mean you should be able to go to college
for medication.
Well, no.
No, I know. I'm just
and this
saying.
is my thing. Like with healthcare, it shouldn't be free. Medication shouldn't be free.
No.
But you shouldn't have to pay $600 for insulin, or you shouldn't have to pay. You shouldn't
it's absurd.
People
are dying.
You shouldn't have to pay $15 for antibiotics. You should be able to buy them for $10 or $5. And I don't think healthcare. Like I shouldn't have to go see my doctor and pay $300 for 15 minutes. Like there has to be a better system. But no, I mean, we don't, I don't know. I talk a lot about politics, but that's because I feel like in this society in 2020, politics has to be talked about because like what's going on right now, you have the coronavirus and you have everybody freaking out, right? And everybody's so freaked out about it.
Wipe their ass, apparently.
And the problem is everybody goes, it's so crazy and it's so deadly. And then you take it and you say, well, here's the deal. So you look at the flu.
You know what's deadly? Cancer.
Well, it is. And this is the thing. You have, and this is the truth. You have more of a chance of dying in a car accident than you do of getting and dying from the coronavirus. Yeah. Okay. That is look at numbers and statistics, maybe not getting it, but from dying from the coronavirus, you have a better chance
everybody already had the coronavirus. Pretty much.
Well, and that's the thing. So the coronavirus has been around for a while. Right now, we have like 100,000 cases in the U.S. Everybody's freaking out. Here's the deal, guys. We're probably closer to 300,000 cases. Probably.
Since like November. Everybody was so. Everyone was like, "Oh, the flu is so bad this year."
Yeah, and it
I've gotten the flu twice. It wasn't the flu.
No, it was definitely
because they're so identical in symptoms.
Definitely COVID-19 or coronavirus, but.
The Rona.
We're probably closer to 300,000, and we're at the same amount.
We're hopefully close to the end because I'm quite sick of it.
Well, I think we probably got a few, but here's the thing: we're probably closer to 300,000, which puts it at probably around a 0.2% mortality rate, which is the flu is 0.1, 0.2%. But in the next couple of weeks, it's going to ramp up. You guys are going to see the numbers skyrocket.
Now they're testing.
Right. Everybody listening, everybody watching, it's going to go up. Everybody can get tested. So you're going to see those.
Free?
Well, I don't know how it's all working, but I know that they're just testing more people.
Yeah.
So you're going to see the number jump and everybody just has to calm down. But
positive side, grocery stores are more stocked.
Well, they are, but that's because the news ramped it up and everything else. It was just I don't know that the whole thing about the.
Well, and it's funny how Tony Evers is like, stay at home policy, and then Rock County did something, and then the city did like state of emergency, and everyone's like, well, what's the difference? There is no difference.
Well, there probably is a difference, but see, the issue is now what's happening is you have doctors and scientists from and even epidemiologists from different countries and different areas, and they're saying
it's not that bad.
Well, no, they're saying we might have
over exaggerated this a bit. Sorry,
we might have 20,000 people die, which is nothing. I mean, the flu's already killed 40,000 or 30,000 this year. So they'll say, oh, we might have 20. Now everybody's going, well, you fucking told us that it was going to be literally 100. Or
you told me to buy toilet paper.
Right.
Now my garage is full of it. What do you want me to do?
Right.
I want you to jump off the bridge. Okay.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And so now what people are doing, I think, is people are saying, we're not, fuck that. We're going to go out and we're going to do shit.
Yeah.
And everybody can get mad at young people. And my take on this whole thing is what we need to do is open.
The elderly needs to stay home.
Elderly and people with underlying health conditions, not just elderly, but underlying health conditions, compromised immune systems. You don't have to stay home all the time, but don't go into big crowds. Kind of shelter yourself.
Wash your hands.
For a couple weeks, for like 3 weeks. Wash your hands, do your stuff. You let everyone else that has a healthy immune system out,
not ruin the economy.
And what's going to happen is you're going to create a horde immunity, and that virus is just going to run rampant in the younger crowd, and basically, and I think that what would happen, is it would just die out. So it would run through the crowd, and then it would die out. But yeah, you have a choice. Like, you have to make a choice. You either say, okay, we're going to lose 20,000 people, or we're going to ruin the economy for around 360 million or so people. Yeah. I mean, you have to make a decision.
Well, they chose the economy.
It's going to be bad.
Stocks are going to go up now, though.
Well, I don't know. The economy might boom. Who knows? Maybe after it opens back up, it'll go crazy.
Calm down.
But it's been fun.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Rona no more. I'm sick of it.
No, that's it.
Or politics.
I'm going to end it on that. It was fun. And maybe you guys will see more of Haley, since I can't.
Yeah, I gotta catch my Uber and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, she gotta catch her Uber and get the fuck out of here.
I gotta eat. I'm actually hungry. All I had for dinner was tater tots and ketchup, mini tater tots.
All right, guys. See you later. Thank you guys for watching Nate and Friends. Really appreciate it. If you would, head over to www.nandfp.com. Check out the website. Buy some merch. Support the podcast.
Yeah.
Catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.